Good. Afternoon all. Great to be here in Perth. Firstly, just want to congratulate Will Jordan on his 50th and two great front rowers, James Slipper and Mike Cron. You know what they've done for the game. I know it's their last game here in Perth, and for representing two different countries. Well, Crono did, and to get a chance to do it on the big stage is awesome. To be a part of that occasion this weekend. Thank you. Questions?
A few changes, Scott. Can you talk us through, I guess, Quinn at centre in particular?
Yeah, Billy's a bit banged up. He's had a bit of a, 5 tests in a row, and he's been awesome. He's got better with the time on the stage, and body just needs a chance to freshen up. And great for Quinn, who's had a couple of good cameos, and he's ready to go.
I guess centre's probably a wee bit of a surprise. He hasn't played a huge amount of centre. What have you seen from him that gives you the confidence to put him in there?
The last few tests he's been there, so he's sort of graduated in from the opportunities to come off the bench, and him and Geordie work really well together. They've done a lot of work defensively. Good combo.
Peter Luckeye at number 8. I guess Wallace has played there the last few tests. Why did they change there?
He's been good. He's great. He took his opportunity the other day. We just feel like this sort of game, the way he hunts and how he plays and his skill set will soon to start, and a good chance for Wally to come off and make an impact. So we're pleased for Peter. He's ready.
And Caleb's not quite right with him.
Yeah, he took that whack last week, and obviously he had that ankle injury, a tightrope surgery, and then he just took a whack on it, and he's not quite right, and gives a chance for Leicester with left wing, left foot.
Frustrating for Caleb, given he'd worked so long to get back in the team.
Yeah, look, it was incredible start. Then he had a great few touches, and after the dad's dulcet tones, and then all of a sudden that happened. It was really disappointing for him. We couldn't name him. We wanted to get a couple of back-to-backs. He's running around, but he's not quite right. Yeah.
What have you seen from Leicester in the last few weeks since he's come in? That gives you the confidence he's ready to go back up to his level?
Probably his form through NPC, and they've been in and around training is at the highest level. He's been really consistent, so he's good. He's a big body and a point of difference.
Right, obviously some of the injuries you talk about, and how some of these injuries have been forced. I mean, do you feel like that puts you guys in a bit of a vulnerable position heading into this weekend?
What opportunities? Opportunities for people to come in, or it depends how you frame it. One good thing is every time someone's had an opportunity, they've taken it. So you look at it that way. Obviously with Terrell, when it broke the same thumb, and it was a different break. That's unlucky for somebody, but Pasitossi comes in and it's his opportunity.
Scott, you mentioned opportunity, Ruben Love on the bench, the opportunity for him to potentially get some minutes. Do you see it as a first line option within this squad?
Yeah, that's why he's on the bench here, definitely. For obviously can cover 15 and 10, and played a bit there for NPC and for Super, and he gets a lot of reps for us, and he's good out of hand. Can kick a ball, and he's a good distributor. So that's what we need. Depth in the squad.
Is there a reason he hasn't played at 10, like started from action 10 yet for the All Blacks, or is he still playing his trade behind the scenes?
A bit of both. Like I said, he trains there a lot, and he majority of times at fullback, but we know he can do both.
It's not 6-7 changes. Some forced, some not. Does it make it harder to get that consistency that you're striving for?
Yeah, look, there's two sort of ways to look at it. You play someone, and then you get your combinations and your time out there, and they have time to get better at test footy, and then there's a time get the balance to give guys other opportunities. Like competition in the squad, take a little bit of depth, and we know the back end of this Rugby Championships, which has been one for the ages, as we know, it's guys' chance that are fresh and hungry, have a crack, and there's the balance of it. Teams have done it really well through this year.
The Wallabies get back Will Skelton, Rob Valentini, Nick White. Does that change much for them? What are your expectations?
Well, it changes the weight of the forward pack, doesn't it? There's a few more kilos on it. They're big ball carriers, and they're going to be running off 9. So you've just got to watch the Lions to know how they're going to play. And then last week, and it's exciting. It's some big bodies. Is Tane at 10, is he? Is it out, the team? Sorry, I haven't been cute. He's playing at 10, is he? Yeah, Tane obviously played NPC last year, and we got to have a good look at him, and he's had some nice touches. Steve, his dad, wasn't it? Played rugby league, was it Steve Edmead? Yeah, so yeah. Tigers, yeah. It's good. I'm pleased. Okay, sorry, it's the first time I've heard it. I'm just going to download that myself. Okay.
Well, TRC's still up on the line. You probably need a bonus point. Do you throw caution to the wind, or how do you manage how you play the game this weekend?
Yeah, the first thing is you got to get the result, and then that comes afterwards. I think that's the key thing. You start playing right from the start. You can cook yourself, so you still got to keep your shape, and opportunities come, and if they come at the back end. But your first one is to get the result this weekend, and then with a bonus point and finish it off. If it's an opportunity, you will be on. Yeah.
Just on Terrell, how long might he be out for?
He's the specialist on Monday, but it's more than likely an operation, yeah. So, last one was sort of 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, tough, eh? Yeah.
Scott, one of the rare Wallabies wins against New Zealand was actually here in Perth, albeit back in 2019. How much of do you expect the Wallabies to be more fierce here? How much is that sort of coming to your thinking?
Oh, look, they played some great footy. And they'll be hugely motivated for this occasion. It's been a while since they've beaten us, and there's a little bit of hype around them. So it's going to be a hell of an occasion. Like last week, just like for us, it was a massive match, and it'll be just the same for them. So as we've talked about our consistencies, one of our focuses to do it back to back and get up for the match. Doesn't matter who we're playing or where we're playing. So there's opportunity this weekend.
How have you found setting up camp in Perth? Generally, not necessarily a rugby heartland here in Australia, but have you found the facilities and everything heading into the game?
The surf beaches? It's good. There's not too many waves this week, but it's been awesome. Look, it's great. A lot of Kiwis, a lot of expats living here, and there's a lot of whānau, a lot of family from the Kiwi boys here, and they'll come into training tomorrow, and our captain's runner will connect with them. But they've been really welcoming, and it's good to see a few Wallaby jerseys and All Black jerseys around the place.
Jesus for the ground 360, what it all means. What's your view on it all? Do you get worried by that? Do you think you'll believe that will get up off the ground and be a viable competition one day?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'll talk from New Zealand's point of view. Look, I'm heavily involved with the contracting side of stuff, and we're really pleased. Our next 4 years, it's probably like your 4 years. We've got the greatest rivalry tour next year, and obviously the Rugby World Cup here in Aussie, and then we've got the Alliance tour. So the next 4 years is a lot of our players have been locked in for that period. So some players, we know have looked. It's part of their agents to do that, to try and create the best deal and an opportunity for them. So we've worked closely with them, but all our players we know have either signed with us or about to sign, but they've looked at the opportunity, so that's all we know.
How's DMAC slotted into the team to replace?
Yeah, good. Look, he's obviously finished here a few times for us all this year, and started 9 Test matches for us last year. So he's been good. It's good to get the ball in his hands a little bit more, and it's great to have someone who plays 70 Test matches that. Coming in at 10 after someone that's played 140, it's a good combo. Yeah. Thanks everyone. Thank you. Cheers.
Well, pretty big one for you this weekend, mate. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty excited. It's cool to bring up an awesome milestone this week for me. As a team, we're really motivated to get over here and I guess back up last week's performance and get stuck into it. Great to have my dad come over to watch the game as well. So it'll be a great night, and hopefully we can keep moving in the right direction.
Damien, has it been an easy switch getting back into team mode this week for you?
It's been pretty seamless. Been obviously having more of a role off the bench throughout the championship, and just jumping into whether it's 10 or 15 we needed. So now it's been a good week. It's always nice getting out there and training with the blue sky on the back. So everyone's jumped into their role. We've had a good week and a good week's prep, and ready to rip in.
You'll be going up against Tane this weekend. What do you know of him, and what are you expecting?
Yeah, Tane's a great player. Obviously, a very attacking player. Throws the ball around a bit, and We obviously know the threats they offer all over the park. Probably a couple of bigger forwards in their full pack playing as well, and obviously he's a threat with ball in hand, gets the team around the park really well. But I think for us, we can't just focus on that one person. There's a lot of threats throughout the whole park for them, so we have to keep our wits about us.
Will the chance to play with Leicester in the back three again, first in a while, exciting? What do you expect from him this weekend?
Yeah, it has been a while. We had a bit of a laugh earlier in the week about how long it's been. Obviously played a lot of footy with Leicester, and he's certainly a big threat in the wide channels with his size and his power, so excited about that. Hopefully we get him some early ball and get stuck into the game, and the thing I've always enjoyed about Leicester is that he rises to the occasion, doesn't get overawed by much, so no doubt he'll be looking to impose himself, and gets on us to try and get him involved early, so he feels what he's about again.
How was he about the team noting? He must just be super pumped just to get back out there.
Yeah, he's a pretty, laid-back character. Leicester would be a good way to put it. Like, he goes about things in his stride, so he's ready to go, and he's been in and around camp the last 5 or 6 weeks, so he knows what it's all about. But I know within there's a huge amount of drive to prove himself and get stuck in, so he'll be ready to go come Saturday.
Quinn's are going well. We probably haven't said too much on at centre for the Chiefs, so we'll get Abees. How's he slotted in there this week?
He slotted in really well. Very similar to Leicester, just a guy who rips in, and we just got to find a way to give him the ball. And obviously throughout the season played a lot more with him at 12, but he's jumped into that role really well, and I think he'll work and combine really well with Geordie there. So again, it's our job as 10s and fullbacks to get him the ball when we can. He's had a great week so far, and he's really excited to get stuck in and make most of his opportunity getting a start.
I'm down for some of the big Wallabies boys, Will Skelton and Rob Valentini coming back this week to just come down the channel.
Yeah, probably. Big enforcers for their team. I guess our job as the smaller guys is trying to chop them early or be a slight speed bump for them. So they obviously bring a lot of leadership for their team. They're big enforcers of their team, and for us it's clear and simple. Just try and move them around when we can. So we'll be smart about that.
Danny, what are the things as a team you want to improve on from last week?
Yeah, I think just really controlling our game through our kicking, making sure we're putting the ball in front of our forwards, which is really important. Not sure what sort of weather we're going to get this weekend, but for us as drivers, just making sure, the key thing for us is possession of the ball and making sure we're playing the right areas of the field. The best thing for our forwards is when we're going forward, and for us backs is to put it in front of them. So that's been a big focus for us, and a real focus this week is not so much about, obviously we know the threat the opposition is, but we've got to focus on nailing our stuff and making sure we've got to put a good performance in where we can back up. We haven't quite been able to do that sort of the last month or two to back up in that second game, and we know the Aussies will come out firing, so we need to make sure we start really well, and we've done and had a great week so far, so we're ready for that.
Well, you debuted on that COVID tour, I think, in 2020. Does it feel like the 50 tests have flown by?
It does a little bit. When you get to this milestone, you look back and things have gone pretty quick. I think once you sort of get to 20 or 30, then they roll over a bit quicker. It takes a while to get you going, but I guess for me during that time, you learn a lot about test footy and what it takes, and you just play an easy one. So each week you got to earn it, and so for me it's no different this week. Go out there, get stuck in, and put a big shift in for the team.
Last week, Billy did a good job shutting down Sorley. What's going to be the key for Quinn to do the same this weekend?
Yeah, very similar. He's a massive threat with ball in hand, so like I said, Quinn and Geordie work really well together, and I think for us it's about getting up and putting them under pressure early and not giving them time and space. We know what he can do when we give him time and space. Again, he's got players outside him, so we can't fully focus on one man, but Quinn's ready for that challenge and excited for it.
In this year's championship, we've seen such wild swings and scores. Can you remember any time in your career where Test rugby's been like this, where it feels like no lead is safe, and why is that? Why are we seeing 20-point leads evaporate so quickly?
Probably just the evenness of the top 10 in the world at the moment. I think there's any team in that top 10 can kind of roll another one on any given day. So there's been a few results back and forth. And we've been a part of that as well. We've had some great wins, and then we've also had some losses that have disappointed us. So it feels like most teams are trying to play with a bit of endeavour and chuck the ball around, as opposed to 3 or 4 years ago when there was a lot of kicking involved in the game. Feels like the tempo's increased and ball and plays up. So I think that kind of caters to, I guess, some bigger scores and some bigger swings. If team get momentum, then they can really play off the top of that. And as we can see in this championship, anything can happen. So yeah, I think it's just the nature of the international game at the moment.